Unbelievable. It really is.
He did reply yesterday that he would be here.
The amount of feces that we get flung at us, and I'm not saying that it's not justified and deservedly so. Okay, you're a fuck up. You get that? You have effed us. You,
Yeah.
Jay South,
Yeah.
old
Yeah,
South Dog,
Mm-hmm.
has effed us, right?
Yep.
And I get that. I get
Yeah,
that
me too.
strong and hard.
Me
Okay?
too. Yes.
I get it. But we finally all get on the same goddamn page. And this dude can't even hit us within the first 10 minutes of 9 o'clock. We get a one word text response trickling. What does that mean?
You know what here's the beauty of this, by the way, and you all can watch how this goes down because you're going to listen to the rest of this podcast. He's going to get mad at us when we even mention that he's late. He will have
I'm not
something.
even going to say a word.
He will have something, and he will get mad at us. Oh, I'm going to because I love it.
I'm just going to say good to see you because he's going to act like we can't do a podcast if he's not involved. That's what he's going to act like. He's going to, you remember the old, what was it? On the ticket, the old Corby, I guess I'm going to have to throw all 7 when they,
yeah.
I guess they're like, he is the Corby of the show in his own mind. Like this thing ain't standing if he ain't here, you know?
But he's not that wrong though.
And I'm not giving it to him. I'm not giving it to him at all. Not at all. I just don't like doing 2-man shows because the energy's not there. It's quiet and the energy is soft. And I don't like it. And I'll wear that.
It's a flaccid energy for sure.
I'll wear that. And I will say, if he doesn't show up this whole goddamn time, I'm definitely going to bring it up. Because he let us get all the way to the edge here. And then he said, hold on, back up. Stop what you're doing. All the way to the edge.
Right.
For podcasting.
All the way to the edge. Wonder what he's doing right now. Do you think it's one of 3 things. Okay.
I don't know what he's doing.
1, he's shitting. He's a well-known pre-show shitter.
A big, massive dump.
Yeah, he loves to take a morning shit. He loves to do it right before the show, although he typically does it really quickly.
Weird family dynamic, and I'm just going to say this. I wouldn't say it in front of him, but I'm just going to say this. Weird family dynamic that he, like, glowingly does it with the door open. Like,
yeah, and invites people to, like, come and talk to him while he's doing it.
He's told us, too, like, they have, like, kind of the communal, I think it's the 3rd bathroom, and it's off the edge of the kitchen, and he'll just leave that door open for like his kids to have to experience that hell.
Yeah, while someone's cooking too. I think he said he likes to do it when people are cooking. God.
The spirit to do drifting into the pasta
cooking area,
or the gumbo or the whatever aioli that he is or isn't doing. You never know if this guy's on an aioli kick.
He always makes gumbo too. That's
big old. That's part of the reason why he's always having to dump. You know, you get all that up in you.
A lot of okra.
There's so much okra. Okra will clean you out. It's like
nature's scrub brush.
Okra is the African broccoli, I think is what they call it.
I don't think that they call it that. But so that's one option. Option 2 is...
What's the other option that he's doing?
Option 2 is that he's making coffee. Like, he's got to have his coffee every morning pre-show, and he's got to wait till the last second to make it. Just has to. Just cannot possibly have it ready by the time the show. And I support him, really, honestly. Whatever happens, I support him. Hey, Rylan.
You guys done yet?
Good morning.
Hey, I just didn't want to move fast.
Good to see you, bud.
Yeah. Didn't make coffee, though. You're wrong.
You didn't make coffee?
I skipped it for you guys.
Well, go make the coffee. We'll do the intro.
We don't want you to have no coffee for the show.
We'll do the song. Go get coffee.
No, we love you.
It's freezing.
I don't.
It's cold.
Go get coffee.
I'm under the heater. It feels good here.
Go get coffee.
The heater's working.
Please.
I was waiting for a heater update.
That was about 2.5 minutes of my lateness was trying to make this damn thing work.
We need you to wake up. Go get coffee.
I'm fine.
Shut
up and do the show.
Come on.
This is not the show.
Come on.
Like, why are you so adamant about not doing the show?
Oh no, it started in the middle of it. We're gonna have to loop it, guys.
No, we're not.
I'm gonna play it twice. You can't stop me.
Tell your mom to listen. Tell your mom to listen.
I'll play another intro if I want.
There we go. All right, guys, welcome to the show. This is the end of the intro, so we're gonna start.
He's writing and they're beating. I want to. I need to. I tell them. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to the Human Dad Show. Drop that. Welcome to the Human Dad Show. Welcome to the Human Dad Show.
It is the Tell Your Mom to Listen, boys. All up in you. I'm Brad. I'm Rylan.
Hey, everybody, Jace here.
Tell your mom to listen. Tell your mom
to listen. Get up off your ass for the Human Dad.
That is my favorite intro, for the record. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. You're
Thanks,
far too
everybody.
kind.
Thanks,
Appreciate
everybody.
that. That's your favorite intro? That one?
Yeah, I love that intro, man. I love the vibe of that intro.
Shout out to fourth dad of the show, Cortland.
Very brassy. I like a good brassy intro.
The city edition intro. I think it's perfect for this time of year. Happy February, everybody. Welcome to it.
Are you drunk?
Why? What does that mean?
The word February is a tough one, no matter what. It's a tough one.
It had aroma was a miracle. Tasting to it.
Happy February, everybody. I'm perfect.
One much better.
Happy February. February.
Stop pronouncing the R so hard. That's the problem. Just February is fine.
February. All up in you. My favorite month. Everybody knows it.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Valentine's Day, because you're a big wife guy?
Big wife guy. It's my dad's birthday.
Oh, okay. Well, shit. You had mentioned that. I mean,
I think Black History Month is needed and necessary, and I'm for it, but I also think it's a psyop. So, there.
Can I just for a second sincerely apologize to Rylan for the beginning of the show? Before this goes out to play, he didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve that, and to be honest with you, Brad, you're not a good friend or a teammate to do that to him. So,
no clue what you're talking about. Moving on. Rye, how are you, bud?
I am happy to announce that neither my name nor the name of Jerry Jones appears in the Epstein files.
That's right.
I can't remember. Did I tell you I thought he was in there or he wasn't in there?
I think it's pretty clear he's not. I don't know who said he was or wasn't.
We were prognosticating on this though when we were doing spiritual advisor and not spiritual advisor, and
Right.
I think we had brought up, is he in there or is he not in there? And I just don't think he's regular is not the right word. I'm not saying he's regular. I just don't think he's like that kind of high tone.
No. Jerry is not a kid.
Oh,
kind of
I'm
guy.
not even willing to go to say that he has not got an encroachment call on him or lined up in the neutral zone call. I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. Okay. It's just a different level of it when you're like doing it with the high society New York crowd. And I just, yeah.
Couldn't be
That's
my
as
owner.
far as I'm willing to go.
Couldn't be my owner, I'll tell you that much.
You're not going to hear me giving too many alibis to the guy who shows up in fucking Jim Crow South segregation pic says, "Hey, bro, I was just there. You know, you go to when they're going to the school, you just show up just to see what's going to happen."
Honestly, I don't agree with that angle on him being in that picture. It was like 1,000 years ago. He's like a 15-year-old boy. Why would he apply? Why would anybody, especially a teenage boy, apply 2020's social media? There might
that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that the sensibility should have been otherwise.
There's no evidence to suggest that he's any more latently racist than any other white guy his age.
That's what I'm saying. It seems perfectly plausible that a regular 15-year-old Arkansas dude would be there.
He was absolutely there to gawk. He wasn't there to spit on some little girl trying to go to school. Like, I mean,
I'm not suspending that part.
See, that's just I just disagree. We have 40 years of hearing from this guy.
Not in the Epstein files.
He's a generally good-natured person that's just shitty football GM and likes to take credit for everything.
You know, life would be a lot better if he would, as the owner, fire himself as the GM, you know?
Damn it.
You know what, Jace, you're right. And I think that's something that the listeners would love to hear us get into.
Yeah, let's talk more about that.
I do actually have another
Go ahead,
tiny
Brad.
sports observation for my little check-in today. I was in a place on Friday where a basketball game was on TV, and it was Golden State against, I think, Detroit, maybe. The other team's not irrelevant. What I wanted to mention was they had their city jerseys, and they just say "the town" on them. And "the" is in about 4-point script, and "town" is just this huge. It is stupid to look at an NBA jersey that just basically says "town."
Forgive me for not
Town.
knowing.
Who's your favorite team? Town. I just hate it. It's terrible.
But forgive me for not knowing the culture of those respected areas. But who is referring to themselves as the town? Is it Detroit or is it the?
No, it was Golden State. Like, I don't even remember who they were playing. I think
It's Titletown. Titletown.
No,
I'm sure it's Oaktown.
I think Oakland is calling itself the town, if I had to guess.
And they can do that, but just putting the word "town," the big ass font, capital letters TOWN on the front of your NBA jersey looks stupid.
Somebody ask Google why Oakland calls itself the town, because if it's like E40 adjacent or something, I'm gonna feel bad. So
I'm not, because it's a stupid thing to put on a jersey.
I'm definitely not going to speak ill towards E40 either.
E40 didn't add you. What you think E40? You have this.
For all I know, it was a collaborative moment between the two of them, and
E40 himself says y'all better put "town" on there, and if you don't put
it might have been his
"town" on
decision.
there, I'm gonna get mad.
Distinguished itself from San Francisco, the city, and to honor its history as a distinct independent community rather than a suburb, popularized by Too Short and MC Hammer.
Oh, okay.
MC Hammer.
Even worse. I'm sorry that I forsook Too Short. And Hammer will get you got too. I'm not saying anything
don't
bad.
fuck with Hammer.
Yeah,
Hammer will jack your ass up.
No, it makes my point. If
I rescind my ignorance, I'm sorry.
Hammer's where I heard it 35 plus years ago. So if I learned it from Hammer in the 90s, then it doesn't need to be on it. It's stupid to have it on an NBA jersey. It just looks dumb. The word "town" just looks dumb on the front of a pro sports jersey. As does the word "city." It just looks stupid.
If that's what Too Short says it is, then I'm going with Mr. Made Up My Mind when I was 17. I ain't getting no wife in a wedding ring. So there's that.
I don't see him on the gram sporting the "town" jersey. I'm gonna look him up right now.
Jace, how are you, bud?
I'm doing good. It's funny that Ryland brought up basketball, because I was thinking last night that this might be one of my favorite seasons of NBA basketball that I've ever experienced. I've enjoyed it so much. I was watching basketball last night, and I'm like, man, there are so many storylines. this rookie class may be one of the best rookie classes the NBA seen in a really long time. There's Wemby, and there's Luka and LeBron, there's Cade Cunningham and Maxey and there's just like so many cool different little NBA storylines. And I was watching last night thinking we're so lucky that we get to experience this year. And then I thought, oh, well, it's sad that Brad and Ryland don't get to experience any of it because they're big babies.
First and foremost of all, I'm glad that you're enjoying NBA basketball. Secondly, I have not shunned NBA.
Sorry. Last All-Star break, I've got a video of Too Short wearing a varsity jacket with the town on it.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I like his.
I knew
little
exactly.
music I'm familiar with, but it's a stupid thing to put on an NBA jersey.
I knew exactly where
I don't
we
care
were at.
I don't care if a credible hip hop artist wears the gear or not. It's a stupid thing to put on a jersey. Anyway,
fucking pioneer.
Back to telling me why I have to watch a basketball team that wants me to stab my eyes with an ice pick.
First, I want to say I have not shunned the NBA. It just so happens to be coincidental that I haven't been into the NBA that much this season. However, as I told you before we started recording, been really into basketball lately, namely my Fire Bears team, which has played. We've been on and off. We played like 2 games in the last 6 weeks because of Christmas and a weird schedule thing, and then the weather shut down and everything. Here to report. I always report when we are doing well. Yesterday, first loss in like 30-something games at the hands of I think they're a private Catholic school. I don't know, but they beat us. We had an early morning game yesterday. We just didn't turn it on. They're middle of the pack team. No, I mean there was a kid that was, maybe a couple chin hairs shorter than Jason, built like him too. But he wasn't our problem.
Clogging up the lane,
clogging up the middle. But he wasn't our main problem. We didn't turn the switch on yesterday. It happens. Like I said, first loss in like 30 plus games, so still proud.
You needed that. Sometimes you need that, right?
We'll bounce back. We were a little short too. We're missing a couple players. It happens. Whatever. We're gonna get it out of our system. Move on to the next one. But no, as it pertains to basketball and enjoyment, as I told you, just been watching a ton of high school basketball lately. And by ton, I mean I have been to 3 high school basketball games in less than 2 weeks here recently. 2 of the men's variety, what they call it, and 1 of the women's. Boys, girls, I don't know how to refer to varsity basketball teams. But I've been to 2 varsity boys basketball games.
Yeah, boys and girls is what you use. Yes.
And 1 girls.
I think you have to ask them. No, you have to go to each person on the team and ask them what they want.
No, that's what I just don't know what the school is calling it. Men's.
And then you got to say all of them.
No, I'm not violating anybody's pronouns. Don't do that. TC is shown themselves to be so progressive in these last few days, and now here you are making pronoun jokes.
What are you talking about? No one's done anything to show themselves progressive within earshot of
your TC state rep seat just went to
not ours.
It's a large part of Tarrant County.
It's not ours.
Not yours. You're in Denton County.
We have 22. We have like 22 homes in Tarrant County out of 4,200.
I'm at TC Tarrant County, not TC Trophy Club.
Oh, I'm not in. Oh, well, I'm again.
You're in Denton County. A large part of your contingent is in Tarrant County, though.
These people would. What do you mean, my contingent? Who are my contingent?
Your area, your general area.
Oh.
You live a Tarrant County life.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm bi-coastal. Well, less so since I gave out the Mavs, but that knocked down a good amount of my Dallas trek.
I'm not saying you personally with your own.
Also, pronoun jokes are everyone's now. If we ever want something other than a racist fascist in the presidency, we need to start allowing people to make pronoun jokes.
With pronoun jokes when they're funny.
Mine was pretty decent.
Yeah, I think it skidded off the side of the backboard, and I've seen you take much better shots.
Yeah, we're still waking up.
Get coffee.
I don't want it right now.
He's gonna not drink it out of spite now.
Apparently,
I'll make one later.
been to 3 high school basketball games, and we're probably going to make it a common occurrence for the rest of the winter. We've got 2 lined up in the next week, I think.
Oh
So-
man, nothing better than a good high school basketball game.
And to be honest with you, we don't even have a school allegiance necessarily, but we've been to 2 different schools of that. What's that? 3 games I said. There's been some Richardson affiliation, one of the high schools in there, and we've enjoyed cheering for and or sitting on whatever side. Just the vibe has been great. Been a family thing. Really into it. So you're right. Look at my basketball input starting exactly 1 year ago as it pertains to the NBA to now. It's pretty low. And I'm definitely aiming that at the Mavs out of spite. I don't care. I hope their organization gets relegated to the WNBA or the G League or whatever Jackie Moon was playing in. Like, I hope they get relegated. I hope ownership is forced to sell the team. And then I hope they all get into a car accident that turns out to be a year-long battle on who's at fault, and then it
It ain't
turns
gonna
out
happen,
everybody
buddy.
just ends up having to pay their own way because they let the thing go for so long. That's what I hope happens to them.
Well.
Okay.
Keep hoping.
But for the rest of the NBA, I'm fine to still tune in and watch. I hope Giannis winds up in a cool place. It sounds like it's all but done that he's going to get traded before the deadline. But I agree with you. I think there's a lot of young, fun, interesting talent. I think there is a new generation being born right now. I think it's still cool to see that Kevin Durant gets to climb the lists now that we kind of watched Dirk go through at this point in his career. I'm not comparing the two from like an allegiance thing or how much I am of a fan of one versus the other, but I think that's the point in his career that he's in, that he's getting to climb the all-time rankings and stat lists and everything. And I think that's cool. So I'm not here to shit on the NBA is what I'm saying. I'm good.
Oh, yeah, and I'm not shitting on it. I'm just not interested.
I'm
There's
loving
nothing
it.
for me
It's
there.
great. Oh, there
And I'm
you.
glad.
There is a lot for you there. You're just unwilling to. You're unwilling to let it take you in a warm
Cock.
embrace. No, coddle is what I was going to say.
I'm unwilling to let its cock do what it did to me last year. Yeah. No, I'm not interested.
Just
I just
lay
don't
there
care.
and take it. That's what you need to do. And
I really don't care. It's like I was talking to somebody about this Friday. I only watch baseball if the Rangers are really fun to watch. I can't really watch baseball under any other circumstance and be bought in. And even then, I'm really only watching the Rangers. And because it's baseball, I would really only be watching every third game. But that's what it takes is a good team that's fun to watch. And it's not the NFL where you can just watch any game and be into it. I'm just not. I don't care. I'm not picking up what they're laying down. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want all the stuff, all the normal. The thing is that the ecosystem that puts Mavs content in front of my eyeballs has not changed in a year. It's all the same people saying all the exact same things in all the exact same ways that they were 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And I'm like, great. That is not feeding me anything I want to eat. And I don't care. I just don't care.
I think he's aiming at it at his close personal friend Kevin Turner. Like, I don't know why he would sub.
He doesn't even tweet.
I don't know why he would sub
basketball.
KT like that. Like,
I will say
Oh,
that
but
a
it's
lot of the
true.
guys that were the same as you, Rylan and Brad, the guys that were like, nope, never getting in, don't care. I'm never going to like the Mavericks again. They're all back in, 100%. They're
did you
all.
think they were going to be built like us? Did you really
No,
think that the two people you're talking to were going to be like, oh yeah, just give us a couple wins and an exciting rookie, and we'll tune
no,
in.
You're telling me there's a bunch of weak-minded people out there, and I'm not one of them. Oh,
I'm proud.
The news flash.
I'm proud of them. I am complimenting them for taking a stance and showing their frustration. And from all accounts, like it sounds like some of that actually led to actual organizational
they weren't
change.
Like us. It sounds like you're talking about laundry people, and they weren't like us.
Okay? No, I think
Hey, Brad, Jason just said actual organizational change. So you're telling me that having a GM by committee still overseen by people that are so ignorant that somebody leaked out a few weeks ago that they still kind of want to see what AD and Kyrie look like together. That's not organizational change. That's
Jason just said
me knowing I don't want any part of their crap. That's what it is.
Jason said organizational change with the same Bond villain running the show and her duncy ass son-in-law still making the decisions. Like something is fundamentally changed because Cubes is back wearing football fucking uniforms to basketball games.
Like I've told y'all before, your posters of executives of NBA teams is so weird that you all hang that you collect trading cards of Mark Cuban and Pat Duffy or whatever his dumb name is.
I don't, but when they impact the trading cards that
just
are on
watch the
floor,
games. Just enjoy the games. Just watch guys shoot threes. Just watch a rookie like Cooper Flagg and enjoy it and go, this is fun basketball instead of
I said it a year ago, I'll say it again. They made a move that was against the game. They violated the game as a whole. It doesn't matter. They violated the whole fucking game.
All you're doing is hurting yourself. You guys are NBA fans. No, but you're missing out on some really good stuff.
There is no hole.
Yeah,
if I want to watch basketball, I'll turn on Lakers basketball. I will watch the town. I will watch Giannis just in a really weird phase, honestly. It's weird.
I don't even think about it. It's
you guys are missing out.
It's like the Mad Men episode or the Mad Men scene when Don Draper says to some coworker, I don't even think about you. That's me with the NBA. Unless it is the Twitter ecosystem of the same people posting that I follow about Mavs, I wouldn't even think about the NBA. I just don't even care. It's not interesting to me.
Check that off the outline, guys. We covered it. Good to go. It is.
You notice that segue? You notice that segue I brought in there? Did you see how I did that? Like right off the top, because I read the outline per your instructions. I read the outline. I knew that was coming up, so you're welcome.
Item F is off the list. Where would you guys like to go on the board next? I'll leave it to you, Jace, as you are the one claiming to have studied said outline, and you're not looking at your phone. So let's see if you actually did study it.
I don't want to talk about the old people one.
What old people one?
The one about, catering to old people when they come over and need some company and or warmth. What if they listen, It's
such a weird way you put that. I don't understand anything that you're talking about, but you said you don't want to go with it, so we won't go with it. What else, bud?
What else is on the list?
So you didn't study it. Okay.
I did study it.
There was a point at which my 9-year-old frantically looked into the eyes of his parents and said, "Are we going to drown in our home?" Tears in his eyes, not in his throat. Would you like to hear that story? I don't know that the story is reflected all that much by that moment, but it was a fun time. Or do you want to tell us about bring your gun to school day? And I guess you don't want to tell us about helping your neighbors out when their power goes off in the middle of what did we call this? An Arctic blast? I don't know.
There was thunder sleet.
Was there thunder sleet?
That's a week ago Saturday.
Is that
it was thunder sleet?
Is it because it was thunder sleet that I still can't get the shit off my goddamn sidewalk?
I think so. I learned this on Twitter in between the it's about Najee Marshall.
What's the half-life of thunder sleet? I don't.
It's like 6 years, man. This is insane.
Is this just going to be around now?
Did you guys do the thing where you find a little patch of it in your alley and you hit the accelerator real fast just so you can like spin out
Bang
for a
into
second?
fence?
Do we all do that? Rylan, you shook your head. Yes, that makes me feel like you do this. You get it.
Well, I don't have an alley, but I did on like whatever day the roads were basically back to normal or close. There was this one spot in the middle of my street where, I don't know, 10 houses down close to the corner. And it was this big spot where it was just too much shade and it was all still really icy. And I have an extra wide street right there. So when I was coming through, I just intentionally kind of drifted in my truck.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll help break this up a little bit. Somebody's got to get out here and put in the good work. So I kind of did a little Tokyo drift thing for a second there and then kept going.
Is this a dad
big,
thing?
like vehicle size patch of ice.
It's not a
Yeah.
dad thing because I don't play like this when I go. I might hit the gas to see what kind of floor we got underneath us, but I'm safety first, 10 and 2.
I'm talking, it's a small dude. I'm talking like one of your wheels or one side of your car is on the ice. Like,
Okay, so maybe that's the difference because I don't have one of those over here. It's either
Yeah.
taking up the whole goddamn thoroughfare or it's nothing.
It's
Hey,
like 3D printed ice. It's not a sheet of ice. It's like
Dude.
microscopic pebbles of sleet that have melted together to make an ice structure that is even stronger.
Weather Talk was on the outline, so we're not straying off of the outline here, but your boy spent approximately 90 minutes fighting the thunder sleet just to get his gate open because the thunder sleet had locked the gate on each side. It had gone up over the threshold of the gate to where the gate was just locked on each side. It's up into the wood, not on the track. It got so high that it was on the wood on each side. So it went to push and the ice has just got it locked. So I crush all that out. It's not digging. It's like literally beating it with the shovel to where I crush all that out and it's still not opening. And I realize it's because the wheels had frozen up and locked. And then as I get that undone, there's still ice on the actual metal track. I'm using multiple shovels, a leaf blower, and then I go get the weed torch to heat everything up. I told Molly when I finished that thing, my back is on fire. I'm sweating. It's like 15 degrees outside and I'm sweating. I told her I'm putting that on my resume, that I was even able to get it to where, and part of the getting it open was turning it off so I could push it manually and just break stuff as I'm pushing a 5,000-pound gate back and forth.
Get their track. Did you contemplate using like a sprayer attachment on your water hose to get it melted?
At that point, I did actually have a question as to how effective that would actually be. One, because I would have to rappel across the backyard all over the ice and walk across that and then drag it all the way down to the electric gate. And I was thinking I got to go uphill, and I was already having a hard enough time keeping my footing for what I was going through. Adding in the walk there would have been, but it was like 12 or 15 degrees outside, spraying water. I didn't know if the temperature differential was just going to turn into ice.
No, it might have made it go faster, but it would have
The
been
only
worse.
thing water I thought about doing was going inside and getting hot water and pouring it, but it's too big of a stretch, and I don't have like a way to get hot water into like a 5-gallon bucket and easily enough without getting water all over my house.
You want to try to walk with that 5-gallon bucket up the slippery ice.
Fall face first into it and then break your leg on the ice.
What I'm going to buy
out of the hose works, but it might not have saved you. It might have saved you time. It definitely would have saved you a little bit of labor. I did it with my pool equipment because I wanted to. When all this hit, I drained my pool equipment out the above ground.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Pipes and stuff. But after it was clear that we were only going to have, I don't know, 2 nights ago, I guess, or Friday night I did it, or Thursday night, I don't remember. One of the nights I went out there, and it was still cold. It was still freezing, but it was warm enough that I didn't even want to have a problem. And everywhere where I needed to screw in a drain plug or close a valve or whatever, everything was in 3 inches of undersleep. So I went and got the hose thing, but yes, I don't know, it might have worked just fine for you. We'll have
what
to
I'm
find
gonna
out.
do today is go buy a torch that will plug into my what is that? 2 gallons of propane that you put on your grill or your patio
That's what
heater.
you do. The little
I'm gonna-
handheld thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy the hand torch with the cord that you can use and just walk around holding the propane tank, and it shoot out a big ass flame and burn
And
everything. I'm never dealing with this again.
Isn't it
Problem with
just a
that though is your
flamethrower?
wood. It's gonna be
Yeah,
a
it's a
problem with your
flamethrower.
wood.
Yeah. Well, I would, yes, I'd have to be careful around the wood of the fence, but there was enough that would have saved me. Like if I just had to beat out what was touching the fence, that would have been a lot less work.
You could also just use water at that point after you got
Yeah.
the flame would be faster. You could do like 80% flame, 20%
Exactly.
water, and then
Exactly.
you'd be in and out of there and no problem. Because the flame might not be perfect for your powder coated metal part
And I'll
either.
tell you where else the flame would work on the front sidewalk where there is no concern except for a little bit of vegetation and grass. And I don't give a shit if that burns right now. Like,
God.
dude, I've probably spent the better part of 3 hours just slamming ice with a shovel just because you can't, it's not snow and it's not
You know
like
what?
you can just lift it. I'm literally, if I had a pickaxe, it would work better. Who has a pickaxe?
Everybody.
I used to have one.
I don't have a pickaxe.
Gone now.
I was I was working the other day in my house where I do my work in my house in my office, and I heard the dogs barking. And I know how you parents know the sound their babies make when they cry, and like what they're crying for. Moms especially, like that's a hungry cry or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I can tell when my dogs bark, like what kind of bark I'm hearing, like what's actually happening. And I knew there's a person outside bark. And this is the middle of the day. So I looked out the window, and right outside I live in a cul-de-sac, where there are no houses on one side of me. It's a creek. So the cul-de-sac basically drains into a creek. And outside my window is a big old trash truck. You guys familiar with trash trucks? You know what those do? They collect trash. So there's a trash truck sitting there in the cul-de-sac, and the trash man is outside of the truck, which is unusual.
RT question, by the way. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the trash man's at my front door. His name is George.
That's weird though, right?
Oh, it is unusual. Something's gone wrong if the trash
Yeah.
man's at your front door. Like that's a given, right? And
Like you open it and he's just like, "Hey, Sarah," and you're like, "What?
wait, hold.
Wait,
I'm
what-
sorry.
What's
I'm
rewind
sorry.
that back real quick?"
George was a super nice guy, and his truck had gotten stuck in the ice. Like he could not. His truck almost slid into my minivan, which is sitting in the front because it's going to be donated, and his trash truck almost slid straight into my van and potentially into the creek.
I'm sorry. Let's talk about your Garland behavior real quick. That minivan has been on donation status now since what?
Well, I had to get. There was a title issue. I had to get the release from the
that's
bank,
how
and then,
everything winds up on stilts in front of houses.
I
We
know.
get it.
I'm not proud of it, but it is still sitting there.
We're coming
So-
up on a year.
Yeah. So
You just
well,
had a
it
vacant minivan just sitting in front of your house for a year.
that doesn't start either, by the way.
Oh, that's how it works when you don't use cars. They just stop working.
It stopped working before. If you remember,
Yeah.
the reason that I
Yeah.
exploded my calf, yeah,
We had to push it around.
yes,
as
correct,
we put our young daughter, who could
into the
have
driver's seat.
easily just wheeled over dad.
It was a
she
bad
not had
choice.
the wherewithal to pump the brakes.
Yeah, it was a bad choice. But either way,
And
George
it
needed
continued.
a shovel to get his trash truck out of the ice, and then at the end, I brought him a shovel so he could get out, and he did. After he came to my door to thank me and said, "Hey, you interested in selling that minivan out there? Come back next week, give you a few $100 for it." I'm like, George, let's shake on it. Done and done. And he's going to come back and I think buy my minivan. So that right there, guys, that's
What a
called
stroke of luck.
that is called living right.
It definitely is.
He
Also
would have
one-
if he'd have offered you $0.
I would have said take it.
and he said, "I'm just going to come take it off your hands," you would have high-fived him. You'd have been
100%. 100%.
Yeah, what's the number though? Had he said, "Hey, I will charge you this much to take it off your hands," like
$50 probably.
If he'd have said $300, you would have thought about it, right?
I would have thought about it. Yeah, 100%.
I think
Yeah.
it's worth it. I think it would be worth it to pay the guy $300 to make it go.
I think I'm going to get some money for it. I think George wants the. He's like, hey, what doesn't work? I'm like, just about everything. And he said, okay, I'll come back. Cool.
Good
I'll try
weather
to-
talk. Welcome to the podcast. You guys are killing it. Let's keep doing the same. What do you want to hit next? What is the look for?
Why'd you do it like that?
What did what?
That's
I'm
not
trying to
good
incorporate a little
podcasting.
AI into the podcast, and I hit the transition button. I'm sorry. It was a little.
AI came up with what do you want to do next for podcast transition? It clearly needs work. I don't know, dude.
You want to hear about the broken faucet handle?
Yes, let's tell us about the broken faucet handle.
I saw a TikTok video that I really related to, guys. Really related to. I feel like you guys are going to be like, exactly. And that's what's going to get us into the story. But I told this to Molly as well. When I get into the shower in this house, the TikTok video was like, hey, this happens every time you get in the shower. And then he shows himself getting into the shower. He shuts the curtain. And then he goes, living room, and in the living room he just shows like two war tanks like shooting at each other, because when I get in the shower at my house, it always sounds like there's a cacophony happening outside in the rest of the home, like we're being invaded, or we're
the
doing,
worst possible thing.
doing demolition or something. I'm always like, what the fuck happens when I step into the shower?
Do you just mean like pipe? Is it you talking about like just noisy pipes?
No, I'm talking about the other people in the house.
Just people's behavior. Okay.
Or something happens to where it all sounds like a stampede has now gone through the middle of the home when I get into the shower. Like that level of alarming noise, like, oh, I hope somebody didn't break a bone or something. Without fail, when I get into the shower, which I think is just what a lot of people think when they hear a noise in the shower. So I have a shower the other day. I don't hear the noise. I get out of the shower. I am in my boxer briefs. I'm not trying to be seductive to you guys.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get you
Hell
going.
yeah,
I'm
dude.
not trying to tease the listener, okay? But I am reviewing my body in the mirror while I have something in my mouth, a toothbrush. And
Wiener
I'm
out?
brushing my teeth. No, why would you have your wiener out of your boxer briefs? Why put on boxer briefs if you want your wiener out? That's the dumbest question you've ever asked today. It's worse than the trash truck question. What the hell is wrong with you?
Some people go wiener out, dude. I'm so sorry. Ryland, am I right about this or am I right?
Oh, let's get an expert here. I'm sure
He's
this
not
is
going to
gonna
let
be-
me answer. I don't think
Why?
with boxer briefs. I don't think with anything snug.
Well, but Ryland, I'm just asking the question. Why wouldn't you just leave it out? Why would you put something on only
Well,
to take it back out?
I agree with that. Yeah.
I'm just saying, some people.
Oh, we just got IJS'd. Oh no.
I'm just suggesting, like, if you're standing in the mirror and you're trying to get a good view of what's going on, wouldn't you want to?
I had already done the spread your cheeks and lift your sack part of the review in the mirror. Did the tuck, did all of it. I moved past that. I put on my boxer briefs. Why are we doing a different part of the review? So I am in boxer briefs and brushing my teeth, reviewing my physique in the mirror, okay?
Okay.
Not fully
Okay.
awake.
Yeah, totally.
I'm not prepared to do anything. Molly's kind of in and out of the room. She's just woken up. A 12-year-old comes running into the room frantically. Oh my God, guys, it's broken. Water everywhere. It's broken. Oh my God. immediately the one who I share a bed with hears "Oh my God" and goes right into "Oh my God" mode herself. Oh my God. Oh my God.
So
I-
she doesn't sort of relax the situation. She doesn't sort of get everything. No, I'm not, by the way,
No
if she's
accusations
listening,
being fired
this
here.
is not
Yeah.
about her. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
not about Molly. This is not about you. But what I'm suggesting is there seems to be a trend in traditional traditional roles.
with traditional pronouns. So, a lot of "oh my gods" from the top of our lungs going, and I run into the bathroom from whence the young lady has come out of, and apparently as she was trying to turn off the faucet on the little vanity on the sink, we got just a regular little bathroom setup, the handle breaks and comes loose, but the water is still going. So it's not as though she closed it and then it broke. The water is going, and as she's trying to close it, it breaks. Like, I guess it's just corroded. This is the thing that was put on there by whatever cheap flippers had our house before us. So water is like, when you take the water hose and you got your thumb on it to give it a little extra aggressiveness.
You've got a little spray mist going in the room,
It's not a mist, dude.
but
It's
that's
a
like on the
full-blown,
external part of it.
it's a full-blown water hose with your thumb in front of it hitting the fucking ceiling. Like, that's how strong it's coming out of the goddamn. And in my mind, all I can hear, because it's being said very loudly, is, "Oh my God, this is so bad. Oh my God, babe, go outside, get the water. Oh my God, this is so
There's
bad."
a valve under the sink.
Rylan, I'll thank you to hold your commentary until the review by the in-home incident.
I'll
has
give you
been
the after-action
reported.
review.
Yeah, you can be the aviation board and tell us what has happened here. I am just displaying the facts.
She's imagining you running out to the curb with that little metal thing you use to turn the big thing under the.
I'm
You know what I'm
telling
talking
you,
about?
yes, I
big
had
T-
that in my
big
hand
T-shaped
with the pipe
wrench
key.
thing.
I had that in my hand with the water meter key. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Because in my mind, I'm still not awake, and I looked at it so quickly so that I could get clothes on real quick, because I thought it was literally coming out from under the. I thought we were dealing with. My initial reaction was I thought we were dealing with an under the sink situation.
You thought it was shooting, but it comes out from the
I
wall. You thought it was making a
understand.
90-degree turn from
I
the wall.
understand now. Okay,
You know what? This is not your fault, Brad.
I
It's
understand
the oh my
now.
gods.
So
if the oh my gods hadn't
I
been
don't
flying
think
so loudly,
I don't even think it's that. I think it
You
was the
couldn't think.
time of day. I just wasn't awake. And I'm literally, I still have the goop from the toothbrush and toothpaste all over my mouth. I didn't even do the last wipe. I threw my toothbrush down and ran into the other bathroom, and I'm just being hit with water in my face, and I'm hearing, "Oh my God, go outside and turn it off." And I'm thinking to myself, "Oh my God, it's freezing outside. Let me get on some clothes." Then I run to the garage, and I'm just stuck in a middle moment. Okay. And so I go and I throw on some clothes. I go to the garage to grab the key. I run to the thing. It all happens in like 10 seconds. I open it. I turn the water off. At least I think I turned the water off. Run back inside and say, "Did it stop?" It didn't stop. And in my mind, I'm like, "What are you doing? Slow down." I walk into the bathroom. I open the cabinet. I make the right decision, right? How often do you think you turn your water on and off from the bottom there, access inside a
Never.
bathroom cabinet? Never, right?
No.
So what happens when you don't use that little knob there? Tightens up.
Oh, real tight. Yeah.
was it a
It's the
traditional
oval-
sort of
Yeah, it's the oval silver one.
so? And that was because in my years, 20 plus years of all this home living crap, those things are magical. I've never had one, no matter if I hadn't looked at it in 10 years, they've
Dude.
always been easy to turn.
Had to be coincidental. Okay. I turned the first one, the hot, I'm going to do them both. I turned the first one, the hot. It's not coming out of the hot, but I'm making sure we got no water coming out of this thing. Turns nice and easy. I turned the one where the pressure is coming out of. It's stuck. Water smacking me in the face, dude. Like getting in my eyes, obscuring my vision. It's stuck.
If you're under the cabinet, how is water getting in your eyes?
It's Ryland, you don't understand. Open the shower and point it towards your ceiling in the bathroom and tell me where it goes.
It's so everywhere. This is like more pervasive than spirit doo-doo.
Ryland.
Oh yeah.
We had water up and down our hallway under the vinyl planking.
Oh no.
We had a 3-foot section of our bathroom ceiling drenched.
Oh.
We had water go across the hallway under the flooring into Shep's carpet. I don't think you understand.
That's understandable.
Yeah, but there's so much of it that it went 6 feet across the hall. And so I take a breath as it's smacking me in the face, and I'm like, all right, take a deep breath, just calm down, really grip it and turn it. Finally. I think the water probably ran for 45 seconds to a minute.
Oh, Jesus.
Which doesn't sound that long, right? It filled up the bathroom drawers on the side that it was spraying. Like the drawers themselves are literally full of water to the top. To where I'm getting a bucket, a small cup, and pouring it into a larger bucket so that I can pull the drawers out without just dumping all that water on the floor. The floors were wet for approximately 36 hours as they dried. It looks as though we're going to be okay. We have had new flooring installed since we moved into the home. And when we did that, we bought the super thick, extra grade moisture barrier for the flooring. So we should be in a good position. And honestly, the floors probably got the least of it. A lot of it was
sheetrock is going to be the problem. Is my concern.
I think we are going to have a water stain on the ceiling, possibly on our hands. I don't know. We're planning to have this part of the bathroom worked on to begin with, so no harm, no foul there. As of right now, it hasn't turned into an insurance situation. Problem is, if we do go to change the floor, it's only in the small part of the hallway. They don't even make that damn flooring anymore from like 7 or 8 years ago from Home Depot.
Well, of course not.
So what are you going to do there? You're about to change out 50 square feet of flooring, 80 square feet of flooring. And you got to change your whole fucking house?
That's what they get. That's how they get you.
You're going to do like I did out here in our front rooms and just pick something that's really close and you're the only person that'll ever know and you'll look at it every day for the rest of your life. But
I don't know if I want to
it'll bother
live like
you,
that.
but not anybody else.
I don't know if I want to live like that.
You
but
have no choice.
I think that is the choice.
Yeah. But you're going to be good on the floor. Did I ever tell you guys about the slow dishwasher leak that I had that I didn't know about? When we first moved in here, my dad and I put in all the appliances because I just bought them all direct from one of those home builder sites. I had a friend that had a login or whatever, saved a bunch of money. And he and I just wrestled. It was just in a shitty location trying to get all the different lines hooked up with getting our hands in there to get the dishwasher hooked up. And it went probably, that was 2013. It's been 13 years. So it probably went 8 years, I'm going to say. And I just noticed after I'd been living in this house, I want to say 3 or 4 years, that the wood in front of the dishwasher was dark. And then I noticed not long after that on the other side that the other side of the little counter area, it was a little bit dark and weird too. And there's a floor plug that comes out from there the floor plug is under the couch. When I had everything moved in the living room for one reason or another, I was getting into that floor plug. The floor plug was full of water.
Oh,
So the floor plug and obviously the conduit that ran from it to the little counter area where the dishwasher and sink and all that are
yeah.
was all full of water. So I shop vacuumed it all out. I reset the GFI, and within another couple days or whatever, I had a new dishwasher installed. And within 6 months, the wood was back to perfectly normal color, and the floor plug works.
Well, that's comforting.
I
That
think you're going to be fine on the floor. The sheetrock is going to come back to haunt you.
Is there anything more defeating? Is there anything that just makes you lose the will to live than when you step onto the vinyl and you see the water kind of squelch up, or you hear underneath?
It wasn't. You could hear it, but the moisture barrier, I think, is so thick that you could hear it. We never saw. The only part we saw was like a small portion of the threshold to enter into Shep's room.
It's just nothing
Well, and you're
worse.
lucky
It's
that
carpet.
it's not that it wasn't a second floor.
Oh,
thing.
that's the huge thing. This would have been. This would
I
have
told
been,
y'all about my second floor water leak that my kids kept perpetrating, right? Or no?
No.
Yeah, not.
Somehow
Yeah, on multiple occasions, just letting water just run all over just bounce out off of their bodies from the shower onto the floor, and taking no regard whatsoever for whether or not a second floor bathroom floor should be somewhat dry. And so over the course of some period of time, the little area there where there's like the side of the bath, it's like a bathtub shower combo, right? Where the little side of the bathtub, like the plastic panel or whatever, and it's caulked up next to some tile.
Listening to live coverage of internet struggle from Trophy Club, Texas. I don't want to let some dead air sit here, so hopefully it's not hearing me and Rylan talk over each other, but it does look like we experienced a connection issue. I think the thing that will live with me from this experience, Jason, is a moment where I kind of turn to Shep because I hear him freaking out, and Molly's like trying to address him, and he has got full-blown tears in his eyes and is freaking out himself, and he says, "Are we going to drown?" And it took Molly, like, I think that she was still freaking out, so don't get me wrong, but it took her to almost a laughing, like it almost in her tone, I almost heard some amusement as she was like freaking out. But
What do you think was going on in his little head? Where he, like, what did he picture? Just like that the house is airtight and it was just going to fill up with water to the point where you all are like in a fishbowl?
As somebody who was also within seconds of not thinking clearly, I fully understood why he would think it. Like, looking back, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But I was also in the mindset of not thinking clearly, and I'm thinking, I messed up. I misread the situation. I gotta go sit in the dad press conference afterwards and answer some hard questions from the media.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of second guessing that could be done to my actions and my decisions. I probably should have thrown it on first there.
I think the lesson learned is the next time that happens, first thing you do is get towels. You go to your towel closet and you get every towel that's in there and you lay them on the floor. That's step one.
We did that. But obviously, I'm just talking about getting the water shut off. First thing is tell somebody, hey, take that cup and dump it over on top of the little hole that is formed so that the water will go down the bathroom sink, and just stand there real quick while I do this. And, we're taking what, like I said, was probably water streaming for a solid minute down to what? 12 seconds?
Yeah.
Teach everybody. My internet died, by the way. I'm
we
got my
got
phone now. No, I'm tethered through my phone. But
you're hotspotting?
teach everybody how to turn those valves on and off. I taught
Oh,
my
yeah.
kids how to do the ones behind the toilet when they were
Oh
like
yeah.
4, and they've pulled out that skill successfully multiple times when they've had a toilet overflow situation. So,
It's a good idea. Yeah, and like I said, I a lot of second guessing could be had, and I got to wear that. You know, I don't know.
You got to
if it
watch
goes-
the tape. Yeah, you
I
got to
don't-
watch the tape. You got to
I don't
figure
know
out
if
where you went wrong.
ownership and GM are
Yeah.
going to put this as a negative mark to where, you know, I'm not going to be asked back when my contract is up. I don't know. We'll cross that road. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I know if I was in their position, I could understand
Yep.
the RT that they're giving me. I fully get that. So
It's a tough one.
I say that, Rylan, you missed Jason asking when I told him the thing I think I'm going to remember from this is that Shep really did look at Molly and tears in eyes, frantic voice saying, "Are we going to drown? Are we going to drown?" And Jace was like, how does he thinking that? Did he think you're like sealed into the house? And I was telling him, dude, I was not thinking reasonably myself. And he's just seeing his parents freak out. Like, I cannot fault him for an unreasonable question when I myself was not thinking reasonably seconds earlier. So it's gonna stick with me though, dude. It's gonna stick.
he hasn't
with me.
thought through the practical implications of how it is people do drown, and so this happens, and in the scrum, he's like, "Oh shit!" So this may be one of the ways you can drown.
So we're gonna go out, dude. The
This
whole
is
house
it,
is just gonna
guys.
fill up. Yeah,
This is it, guys. We have. I didn't know this was on the radar. I know now. But yeah, this is it. This is exactly it.
R.I.P.
Maybe he's, you know, in the action movies where the whatever building or home or situation you're in, that's a fairly generic thing where the hatch is gaining water or the room is gaining water or whatever. Like, does he think that's where? I don't know. It
I
makes
don't
sense.
know. It
It doesn't make sense, but it does make sense. So, what else do y'all want to do on the podcast today?
I think probably just end the show is the best idea.
I think we are absolutely, after not having podcasted to the world for 2 weeks, I think we are absolutely giving them just a little. You can't give them just a little bit extra.
I
No.
can't.
Rylan, you
I
can't.
can.
Yeah,
No, I
Rylan says
can.
he can.
Of course,
I can't.
Jace, I don't want to make light of it, but it is today sports, our current world that we live in together. You're a world, I'm part of yours, you're part of mine. There's a generic, don't shake your head at me. There's a generic saying, a little too close to home. We see about it on the news when a school gets shot up.
Jesus, dude.
I'm not trying to be insensitive. Well, it's newsworthy item when there's a school shooting most of the time now.
I would
Yeah.
say that's a fair assessment. Yeah.
We had an incident a couple years ago where there was a student caught like on the way to the high school that our kids are in the neighborhood of with a gun. We were at a football game for said high school where there was an incident where the gun was passed from outside the fence that secures the football field to inside the fence, and the police were then scattering into action to find the person that the gun was passed to. You had an incident where those are both close calls, in my opinion, very close to home. I think you had an incident with where your kids go to school where there was a gun brought to school by a kid in a grade that one of your kids is in.
That is correct. Yes, that happened here in Richardson, Texas.
I didn't get all of the emails or anything, but like,
Did they
What
send out emails to everybody?
I'm assuming you would get we get like a, hey, today this kind of crazy situation happened at school. Here's what we're doing to deal with it going forward. So I'm assuming at least like your grade got that email or like the
Oh,
school
yeah.
got that email.
Yeah. I didn't know if it was wider than just our school, but yeah, my kid came home from school. My 6th grader came home from school and, just like normal, like walked in the door, how was school? Good.
If ever there was one of those days where you're like, hey, how'd school go today? And you get a whole, yeah, You know,
Yeah.
same.
That
Nothing.
that was that day, just like any other day.
You doing
Okay.
okay? I'm good. Anything crazy happen? No.
No, I think he mentioned something like we had a drill, we had a lockdown. I think he said lockdown drill or something. And I'm like, dude, I've heard that 1,000 times.
Pretty run of the mill at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Surprised
they
didn't
probably
get 7 text messages about it.
they do them like at least quarterly, where they tell your kids what to do when the school shooter walks in, which is really fun.
Well, it's not only the school shooter, it's the tornado, it's the fire, it's the just generic emergency drill. They got like 4 or 5 different kinds of lockdowns and drills that they do.
Yeah, this one was like an actual
Event.
but this was a lockdown where they close all the doors, they lock the doors, the teacher, there's a whole routine that they go through.
The kids had a medical one over here.
Yeah.
Where as school was being let out for the day, a girl like passed or right before the bell rang. So like it's bell rings at 2:55 or whatever. At 2:53, there was a medical event where they literally had to call the ambulance. And when they do that, that means we shut down the school and deal with this only one thing. So parents are all waiting for the kids and they see an ambulance show up and the kids are locked down in the school and parents are all waiting and they see an ambulance and you just got to sit there and be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So, that was fun.
Well, it all makes sense. Like they don't want chaos to create more problems when kids are trying to get us. Yeah, but so nothing unusual when he came home. And then probably about 30 minutes later, we got an email that was like, oh, hey, by the way, just FYI, there was a gun found on a student today.
Was the email a really big paragraph that you really had to parse out to figure out what they were trying to tell you? Because it's not gun, but there was something in our district, and I can't remember what it was, but some dangery thing. And the email that went out, it was like 275 words of paragraph with the 5 words of the thing they wish they didn't have to tell you buried in there so deep. I felt like you needed an English degree to
I'll read it
parse
to
the
you.
sentence to figure out what happened and when.
I saved it. I'll read it to you. Dear parents and staff, I am writing to let you know about a safety situation that occurred at school this afternoon and put our campus on a brief lockdown prior to dismissal. A safety situation.
That's
okay.
Doing some heavy lifting there.
Don't know what that means at this point.
Yeah.
Incident would have been a better word.
Yeah.
Probably. While preparing for dismissal, a staff member discovered a firearm in a 6th grade student's backpack. The staff member immediately secured the weapon and notified the on-campus security officer. City of Garland police responded promptly, arrested the student, and are conducting an investigation. RISD will work closely with our law enforcement partners throughout the investigation process. In addition to potential legal consequences under Texas law, the students facing discipline under the Code of Conduct, expulsion from our school, and RISD.
So that's pretty straightforward. That was pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
I remember what our incident was. It was there was some social media activity that went viral around a teacher, and it caused the teacher to get some threats from all over, whatever. And everybody knew kind of it was going on. Obviously, it's a bad deal when something like that happens, but I felt like I had to read the paragraph 4 times to figure out what they were trying to tell me about it. This was like, hey, other than the word situation, no notes. They should have said incident.
Let me ask.
That's an incident. You ever have a conversation at work, Jace?
Yes.
Brad doesn't. Where is this an event or an incident, and would we report it or not, or what's the line between the action you take according to your incident response plan?
Is it reportable or not? Yeah.
I think it makes sense that the kid gets arrested. Do we drive right to the house and arrest the parents?
I had that same conversation. I feel like you
to
should.
Me, I think it makes 100% sense. Like,
yeah.
You can't.
Why not?
What are you going to arrest him for? You don't know where the kid got the gun.
Fair enough.
Yeah, this is with the assumption, of course. Like that's a good point.
I
this
think
is
Brad's
assuming
about
that
to deploy to Minneapolis. Good God, dude.
I'm assuming like we could run the gun pretty quickly, and then we're driving right to the house.
That you can't just run a gun. There's nothing on a gun that tells you whose it is.
I think you can.
No.
You
How many
fire
guns-
a weapon. You
I'm about-
fire the weapon to get the bullet fingerprint.
That's
Okay, hold on. Let him go.
that's
Let
fake
him go.
science.
No, let him cook, Rylan. Go ahead.
It's ballistic forensics. I think I know what I'm talking about here.
Oh, okay. Okay. But to your point, like my first thought was if this is a parent who just had a gun at the house, like unsecured, and the kid just walked up and took it and put it in his backpack and went to school, that to me is like,
To me, that feels like the most likely situation in this scenario. I
Has
don't
it-
know if we need
yeah.
to
Has it
arrest.
usually
but
is.
we're taking you down for some questioning.
Oh, you're gonna
For
get
sure.
you're gonna get looked at, of course. You're gonna get looked
Yeah.
at heavily. And I'm sure there's something that you can get charged with for leaving a gun unsecured. Even in Texas, there's bound to be a law with if a kid, some kind of reckless endangerment, something.
yeah, man, it's just weird. Obviously, like you hear about this stuff so much, you kind of get desensitized, and then it happens, and in the moment, you're like Jesus Christ, like that kid was within feet of my kid with a fully loaded firearm in his back. Like at any moment, he could have just pulled that thing out. Like that's about as close as you could possibly
Or-
get.
Or he just fucking drops the backpack the wrong fucking
Of
way.
anything.
And a kindergartner catches a stray. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, yeah. Yeah.
The funniest thing that comes out of this, though, is
Tell
how
us about the
fast
humor. Yeah.
it is how fast the rumors start, not only from the kids but the parents. Like there was a whole story that had developed within an hour of this coming out, all of which was not true, and it was the wrong kid. But
Jesus Christ.
I think people just want answers right away, and kids are the most unreliable witnesses that you could ever.
It's one thing
Ever
to be shit your pants kid, like mistakenly for the
Mhm.
rest of your scholastic career. It's a whole nother thing to be mistakenly referred to as the kid who brought the gun to 6th grade.
Yeah, thankfully it's a pretty obvious answer which kid it was, because that kid's not coming back to school the next
Yeah.
day.
We do a little you're here, It's
Yeah.
like what's that show that y'all are watching that my family's watching, Rylan? Oh,
What show is your family watching?
one of the reality competition shows. Why can't I think of the name?
Oh,
You
The
show-
Voice, yeah.
No.
Love is Blind.
Traitors. Fucking A. Son of a bitch. You show up to breakfast in the morning and the person that doesn't show up is the person that, got sent away. This guy's not showing up to first period the next day. It's a hell of a day to be absent.
It's
Yeah, I
just
was going to
wild,
say, how would
man.
you like to just be sick the next day, or had a
Just
had
got
a
little
dentist? You had a dentist appointment, and everybody thinks it was you, and then you show up at
Southward
lunch.
household got a little strep throat running through the house, and now
Well, there,
All
to
the
your
parents are
point,
calling each other, saying who it was.
there were a lot of kids that did not show up the next day, because there are a lot of parents who were like, "Yeah, I'm
we're
not-
gonna
I'm not-
have to let this one breathe for a second.
Yeah,
yeah.
I did send my kid. I decided that.
Yeah, who gives a
You can't. Yeah, not going to school the next day is the take your shoes off through the airport of reacting to that.
Well, yeah,
no
like
logic behind it.
logically,
Yeah.
this is the safest day in school history, is the day after someone finds a gun in a backpack. So, like,
Oh, I read the story. Didn't they say they were gonna have fucking police out front for the next week?
They
and
did.
We're gonna start wanding 6th graders.
so
They
that they
did,
can
yeah.
not go in when someone starts blasting. Like that's
No
not going to
shit.
do anything. And guess what? You can't really wand them if you're making them all carry in a Chromebook. I mean, I don't know what y'all's middle school situation is like, but here
iPad.
we have no lockers because they're worried. Because what if they put drugs in their lockers? So instead, they all carry 80 pounds worth of shit in their backpack, which
Yeah.
would be real easy to hide some drugs. If, I'm just saying, and it's full of shit like laptops. Like it would be so much harder to try and screen people coming in and out of the building because they're literally packed like they're going on a 3-day hike every day.
yeah,
I also just want to you're gonna get an overreaction, so I don't even want to call it an overreaction. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's gonna have to be some huge reaction that causes a change for a temporary amount of time after a situation like this, right?
Yeah.
We just all understand that's gonna happen. But like, why is it only a 6th grade problem? Why is it not just like we're gonna start wanding 6th graders, but the 5th graders, they ain't got
Let's
no fancy ideas and 2 feet and arms that they could start making ideas with now. Like,
just pass your piece to your friend in 7th grade and let him carry it in for you.
well, 6th grade is still elementary, so there's no 7th graders.
Oh,
involved
y'all
here.
have this thing going on. We talked
Yeah,
about
for a
this.
couple
yeah.
more years. Yeah. But like, why are all the other grades getting passed? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
one
think-
whole fucking school.
Well, I mean, it just goes back to my thought immediately when this happened. It's like, dude, well, I don't know if this is good old age syndrome or not. Maybe it is. But I remember walking into that very school that my kid goes to when I was in 6th grade. And the last thing on my mind was a gun. And like, it just, like, kids are so, they're so older, or they are so far beyond like the or maybe it is not maturity. I don't know. Like, I cannot imagine this is a kid who still like hasn't hit puberty, right? Like a kid that watches cartoons or a kid that like plays video games. Like it doesn't make sense to me. And I don't understand how this is a different conversation for a different, I just don't understand how we got here to where that's like a thing that a kid thinks at that age.
It's crazy that it's that young, but like, I mean, there was a gun and a list circulating when I was in high school.
But he's 12. This isn't high school. Like high school, I get.
It is high school when he's 12, but like I was a senior, there were still 14-year-olds as freshmen in that same high school. And I do get there's a material difference between a 12 and a 14-year-old, but I don't think that difference is so vast that it like, you know, can explain so much. This is like decades,
And by the way,
generations of this shit now. It doesn't make it easier to understand, but I don't think it's good old day syndrome. I think you're just not in it every day, but this shit was starting to be on the mind like when we were in school.
I agree.
We had somebody that had a gun in there in a car, but it was.
We had somebody who fired a fucking gun out of the back of a truck and played in the game that week.
I was just about to say we had the guy that the guy that had it. I think he had a week suspension. This was one of those. I know I'm a hunting guy, and I know there's a rule that says I can't have this, but I don't care, or I was careless and forgot.
You want good
and
old
left it
day
in there.
syndrome? I
Still,
think
it was a big deal.
There was probably a dude or two or three who still, when we were in school, would have like the shotgun locked between the chair and the floor in like the old trucks. Like you could, it would fit in there just tight enough that it could ride shotgun with you.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, we had that was the situation we had.
Or the fucking rack on the back windshield. And I'm not saying it ever turned into a thing. I think it was more likely just fucking overlooked by everybody involved because it was just park at the back of the parking lot on a school that's got 1,700, 1,500 kids in the grade. I can't remember. It might have just been 1,000. But you're parking in like a quarter mile away from the actual campus to walk in at a damn medical office. Like you just look like a regular truck at that point, not necessarily student parking. And you're walking in like, I'm not by any means trying to minimize it. I'm just saying, I don't know if it's good old day syndrome if you're fully good olding all the way. Like this was there. It was just different. I don't think the shootings were as front of mind because they hadn't happened in the same frequency or way or anything yet. But like, I think our generation still got nicked by some of this stuff and maybe even in a more crazy way when you look back at it.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I just think, I don't know. I feel like maybe it's sooner than it used to be.
And didn't we have didn't the kid in the Pearl Jam video shoot everybody up?
That was middle school for me. Yeah.
Or something
are you talking about Jeremy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or did he shoot himself?
He killed himself. Yeah. The middle class. Yeah.
Okay. So that puts it front of mind. That's like 90.
But he was in high school. He was in high school. That was Richardson High School.
I'm saying though, that's putting it in the, in your brain. You know, it's in
Yeah.
media.
That was middle
it's in
school.
art.
Yeah.
It's in art. Yeah.
So it was a weird couple days, but my kid did go back to school. And then I was thinking about
Jason,
guns.
are you hitting your mic with your hand? I don't think it's Rylan.
No, it's
Are you-
not me.
Are you
He
holding
was
your
doing
mic?
something.
No,
You're doing something, dude.
no, I'm not doing
Is your
anything.
hoodie string hitting your mic or something?
No,
Quit touching your mic.
I'm not touching my mic.
Don't take that tone with me, dude. Don't you dare here.
I watched a documentary, speaking of guns, last night. Have you guys heard of the documentary The Perfect Neighbor on Netflix?
See, is that the old lady, the old lady in Florida
Yeah.
with the vacant lot next to her?
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you see it?
We saw it a few months ago.
Oh,
Hey.
look at this.
Why you guys didn't tell me up? We could have done a show segment.
Man, you could not keep up with the number of documentaries we watch when it's cold outside because Courtney's not. If it's not above 65, her entire vibe is I'm either reading a book or watching TV. So I watch a lot of shit this time of year.
Not mad at her.
Man, what a wild speaking of guns, just like how pervasive that stuff is. That is, you got to watch that documentary if you haven't. I guess we can't talk about it because Brad doesn't.
You won't
watch.
spoil it for me. I don't remember the last documentary I've watched.
It's about a woman who is renting like a duplex, multiplex apartment with a big lot open next to it. It's in a neighborhood with a ton of kids, and there's like a lot next to her door where all the kids go and play football and stuff. And she called the cops. The whole documentary effectively is shot through the body camera of the police that visited her over and over and over again, because she called the cops over and over again. And she was, just tired of the kids being kids, probably talking shit and dancing by her door and antagonizing her and stuff, which is what kids do. I think it started with them just doing normal kid stuff, playing football in the lot. And she called the cops. Cops would come out and be like, dude, they're just kids, relax. They'd walk over, tell the parents, hey, chill with the kids, just tell them not to go over there. And of course, like these things do, it just escalated and escalated and escalated. And one day, the story is that she took one of the kids' iPads that was laying out in the grass by her place. And the mom got upset, went over there and banged on the front door, and she shot her through the front door and killed her. And in Florida, there's a stand your ground law, and so there were a lot of questions about whether or not that she was justified in shooting through the locked door to kill someone who was banging on her door, yelling at her. The worst part about the documentary, the saddest part about the documentary, is that they show you footage of like this whole. Like the second the cops get there and all the kids are outside. Because again, all the kids are always outside playing. So the whole neighborhood's there while the mom is passing away in the lawn, in the grass. And then they show you when the dad shows up and has to tell the kids that their mom died, like on the way to the hospital. And so
everybody, all the people up and down this street, Brad, they all know that this lady's unreasonable. Like, it's not like a dirt poor neighborhood, but it's super working class.
Yes.
I think I get the vibe. If we're
but it's like they just knew for probably I felt like, Jason, it went on for like years. Almost.
Oh, years.
Like,
it was years.
And it just, this lady was just getting more and more dug in, and like it was to the point where the cops were sick of her. It wasn't, you didn't
sounds like
this is the rare documentary where you didn't look at it thinking that the police somehow made it worse. They were all just like, what is with this lady? And then she finally lost her head and shot this woman.
I can't remember 100% the specifics and why, but or where, but I believe in Highland Park, it was an old lady, had a house across from the school. And because it was across from the school, she would get a ton of student population walking in front of her house, backing their car in front of her house, being loud in front of her house. And one day, I think, was this the 80s? I don't remember. One day, she just walks out and fires a gun into the back of somebody's car. Just because same thing. It just built up over time, and she had it. In a completely unshocking way, it makes perfect sense. I don't know what scenario would lead me to pounding on somebody's door, because this would be so front of mind that even if I was going to address somebody, the knock would not be aggressive. I'm not saying I'd be going over there for good diplomatic reasons in a good mood, but I feel like pounding on somebody's door, we've got enough examples now that, dude, that's all it takes to get you got. And I hate to victim blame. I'm not trying to do that, but it just feels like in these very gun heavy states, it just feels like you're really playing with your own life to bang on somebody's door.
You don't want to make a rash decision to conflict.
Yeah.
Like
agreed.
think of all the times that the police were called out to this place, and the one time they didn't get called over something that ultimately was petty, but was, she stole this thing that's worth a couple $100 or whatever. That would have been the one time where they could have actually done something. They could have actually said, sorry, we're going to have to come talk to you because we have pretty good idea that you took this property from these people.
Yeah.
But by then it was like everybody just was ready to beat the shit out of each other.
It was wild, man. There's some parts in there that are just shocking, including they bring her in, they let her go because they don't have enough to arrest her at that point. The DA is trying to make decisions about whether or not that they're going to file charges. Again, like all this comes down to whether or not it was self-defense. They finally decide they're going to, so they bring her back in. And of course there's video of her in like the interrogation room, and they're letting her know. And they eventually come in and they go, listen, it's time. We're taking you. You're going to jail. And she just looks up at him. She's like, nope. No, you're not doing that. And they're like, no, we're going to take you to, we're going to take you to jail, put you in handcuffs. She's like, no, you're not. I'm not going. We're not going to do that. Like, she just like completely disconnected from she goes, just kill me. Just go ahead and kill me. No, we're not doing this. Eventually she does get up and they take her to jail, and she did get, spoiler, she did get convicted and she's in prison. I think for 20 years or something like that. Yeah, and there was obviously some major racial undertones here. Not even undertones, overtones. Like
I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't think that's where that was going, man.
I don't blame you. I mean, we've seen a lot of times where it doesn't, but this one she did.
Wasn't it where it's been a while, Jason? But wasn't the situation where once they were actually investigating it, they had the where she had called 911 before she shot the lady, and just the way the call went, it was clear she knew what she was doing and she shot. Like the time it took, or there wasn't any they could tell there was no reason for her to be threatened because of what she was saying on the phone and what they could hear, and
that's how they got her.
Yeah,
she called, and then 2 minutes later she shot the lady after the call. 2 minutes after the call, they're like, there's no way in those 2 minutes that someone came up to your door, slammed on your door enough to where you feared for your life. You went and picked up a gun. She had the gun on the table ready to go. Like she had researched stand your ground laws prior to shooting her.
She was in Wish a Motherfucker Would. And as soon as someone she didn't want over there knocking on the door, she was going to shoot through the door.
Think about your mindset of like having to dump some bullets in a door for somebody standing on the other side of it. Like that's not, and I didn't watch the specifics, so maybe did the door ever become ajar? Was the door ever open?
No, it was locked the entire time.
So think about the mindset of you're just like, man, good enough, fuck it, bam, 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 bam. Like,
yeah.
I'm not saying there's not instances where, you're worried about the integrity of the door. You don't know what the other person has on the other side of it. Like it can turn into one of those catch-22 situations. Let's say this 3 o'clock in the morning and it's dark. You're not asking a bunch of questions when somebody's banging on your door. Like I get a lot of the variables that could be explaining your irrational behavior, but just like daytime and the neighbors coming to bang on your door. Think about the mindset you got to have.
Well, it was nighttime, but I think that or it was dusky or whatever. It was dark by the time all the bad stuff happened. But you're going towards the door. Why would you go closer to the threat?
Yeah.
That's my whole thing. Like
I almost
I'd go out the back or
why did
Go
we
up to my- I
skip
don't know.
over the let me open this with my gun in hand so this person realizes, hey, you think you're serious, I guarantee you I'm more serious. Like,
that feels even more dangerous to me.
well, I'm not saying any of these are
But
good
if you're the
decisions
person
or
that has the
decisions
game,
that I
already
would
has the
make.
gun.
I'm just saying, how did we skip past all the way to, no, I'm just going to fire shots and I can't even see a fucking physical body? Like, who's to say there weren't 3 kids standing behind the mom?
Well, that's what the police said. Yeah.
Yeah. That was
The police are
whole-
like, yeah, like the fact that you just fired through a closed locked door, there could have been a kid standing there. There's no way that you're only supposed to fire if you're like, if you can see the threat,
imminent,
so on
like,
and so forth. Yeah.
Is imminent come in there at all? Like,
Oh yeah. The whole thing. So they got her,
Imminent.
but
saying what we'll do to each
It-
other.
it's just frustrating to watch. And then of course the whole time I'm thinking, what could have prevented all this if, maybe she just didn't have access to that stuff. Like if she just had a butcher knife in her hand, I promise you we wouldn't be having this conversation. But that's another story for another day.
You guys, these days and times in this
Yeah.
current,
Uh-huh. Right?
Jason,
Were
I'm
you-
so glad you brought up documentaries because
can I just ask a question real quick?
all right, but
Vote.
I got to come back to this for Jason.
Yeah, just vote.
let me lose
We
it.
don't have to talk about it. Just do a vote. Make. Should I have more guns right now?
Do you have one?
No.
I used to have one and I got rid of it because I was like, I'm never going to shoot this thing.
I have one.
Should I?
And I've never fired it. But I can and I will if I need to, so don't come over. But
I liked.
Me?
I like.
you.
I like actually. I think
You're-
target shooting is.
You're gonna
fun.
Florida neighbor documentary me?
if I have to,
Um,
buddy.
I got those. I got a handgun probably 15 years ago or so, and I took Courtney to sort of the introduction to how to shoot a gun class, just because she'd never done it before, and it's fun to target shoot, I think. But
I went to the
within a
store.
year or two of that time frame, it became like the era of American life where I would never set foot at a gun range for recreational target shooting fun because of who's there. I don't want to
Yeah.
be with those people.
Like that feels
Not
like
to-
the most dangerous situation.
No, just that they're just. I don't want to be in their
It's not
eagle
your crew.
eagle
It's not your
t-shirt
vibe.
ecosystem.
I went to the store and I put it in my hands and I was like feeling it on my face.
Yeah. Kind of
You know,
go ahead.
you ever just caressed, just to get like, hey, is this for me? I was
Kind
just,
of put it down your pants
it
too.
out.
Just
I
see.
was just
Yeah.
trying. Yeah. And I was like, I can't pull the trigger literally on this one, figuratively, literally.
Did you put the muzzle in
Oh
your
no!
mouth too?
If you go to put it in your mouth, they start getting real fucking touchy. Fucking Second Amendment gun rights guys, my ass. Everybody starts getting real fucking up in arms, literally.
Yeah, when I go look at them, I like to test how well does it fit my
Oh
mouth.
well, do that at the Academy in Garland. They'll take your picture before you leave. Fucking.
Rylan, what were you saying about documentaries?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. You got to do one more documentary talks.
You told us famously some years back that
Oh, hold on. Sorry.
he asked me a question and then just plays some shit so no one can hear the answer.
This guy's always doing bits. Fucking.
Remember when you said you were leaning into what was it? Leaning into women's music? What was the exact?
That
Yeah,
was
girl.
based for the last 20 years, really.
Really been leaning into female.
Well, I've got the
singers.
documentary for you, bro.
Oh,
Go to Hulu.
okay.
They've got a Lilith Fair documentary,
Oh, Lilith Fair is my
Yeah.
jam, buddy.
and it's
Sarah McLachlan.
She produced it. It's her documentary.
Is
It's
Lilith
actually
Fair
really
Baby
good.
Jessica?
Courtney and I enjoyed watching it. Lots of '90s member berries on this thing. But
Is
you,
Lilith Fair Baby Jessica? Would we say
No,
that
it's-
qualifies?
it's too late in the timeline.
But
Just
awareness, though, if you were aware of Baby Jessica at that age, you would just keep progressing. So, like, it's the Baby Jessica is a moving time frame. Not
No,
saying
I
it's from
no,
the same
I actually-
time. I understand that.
we should package this for next week because I actually have a note on my phone that I wanted to bring up that I think the Baby Jessica dividing line is roughly around when Andre Agassi had long hair and bright shoes.
Oh, that's a
I think-
really
I
good
think
way
when
to look at it.
I think that's the end of the Baby Jessica era. Is like 93.
Okay, but
Then he
I do
shaves his
think,
head and gets he's
yeah,
with Brooke
but I do
Shields, and we're
think
in the new era.
I think Agassi might be a little bit of narrow casting, but I tend to agree with your.
If you saw Nike commercials, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's
He
fair.
was huge Nike, even
That's
if you
fair.
didn't know tennis.
It's not like we were
And-
watching tennis, but we
and-
knew Nike. You're right.
And this goes back to another note that I took that is all on this. This is all in the same fulcrum on the timeline, right? The end of the Baby Jessica era, shortly around that time, also maybe just a few years after. I made my little jokey comment about the Epstein list at the beginning of the show. There's one guy out there who hadn't said anything about this that if he could figure out just what to say, is it possible that if he could just figure out just what to say to everybody, just to come out and say, okay, everybody, it's been a crazy 30 years. Whatever. Can we all just agree that we've all made the wrong decisions, and let's just all pretend like it's 1996 again and just replay the timeline?
Dude, fuck yeah, man.
And that's Bill Clinton.
Oh,
And so that's where the Baby Jessica, that's the same timeline. Everything flipped. It's
it
when
might have been a
the
bit whatever,
the
but
fulcrum.
he came out and said, "Release the full papers and lists. I don't give a shit."
exactly. So now he's got to take it one step further because
The Charles Barkley commercial, "I'm not a role model," was that? I want to say that was probably pre-Agassi haircut situation.
time.
probably very early 90s.
same time frame, like 92.
92, 93, somewhere in there.
Yeah. Whenever he threw the guy through the window in the bar.
I think that was a couple years later.
Say it, yeah, somewhere in there.
I want to say that was 94, 95.
You think it was
Did
that
Jewel
late?
show up in the documentary?
Yes.
Oh, what about Tori Amos?
I don't think so.
Melissa Etheridge.
No, I don't.
Cheryl Crow definitely did.
Tracy
Definitely.
Chapman. Tracy
Yes.
Chapman.
Oh yeah, dude.
Michelle
Are you
and
kidding
Vicky
me?
Ocello.
I think she might have. You might have seen her walk through there. I don't think that she talked.
Fiona Apple.
No.
Four
Well,
non blonde.
maybe. No. Indigo Girls, yes.
Oh, Indigo Girls.
Lisa
Oh,
Loeb.
they're like yes.
Hell yeah, Lisa Loeb, guys. Remember
Dude,
Lisa
you're
Loeb?
you're
Lisa Loeb's
naming
got
off
too much
some
filler.
legends.
Lisa
You're
Loeb's
naming
got-
legends.
The
she's
reason
still
I
cute,
know
but
her
she's got
name,
too much filler.
There's a
Dude,
reason I
you're
know her
shut
name.
up. You're so anti girl music. You've been leaning out of girl music for the past 20 years.
Joan Osborne. What was her name?
Yeah,
Is it
Joan
Joan
Osborne. I don't think she was present in the documentary, but she was certainly adjacent.
I wish I could have seen Lilith Fair, but they didn't let men go. So
Yeah.
Oh, there was lots of men that went, Jace.
Was Courtney Love in it, messing it all up?
No.
oh god, no, they didn't let her in.
Not
Courtney Love, that skank.
Barkley's
What about-
role model commercial was 1993.
Okay, perfect. What about Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman?
Oh, that's actually a good question. Was Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman in there?
In the Lilith Fair document.
Hey, though, not gonna lie, there were some good songs coming out of
Hey.
that group. I don't
Goddamn
listen to any
right.
of it
Medicine Woman?
anymore, but
The show?
You
What?
damn right there was. Ryland, don't. There's a reason I leaned into it.
yeah,
For Brad, for Ryland, for Jason, episode 257. Gotta be no, because we did 2 hours, I feel like, with Dan McDowell one time. You remember that? We should see what
Yeah.
Dan's up to. Y'all want to have Dan on the show? I'll
Yeah,
text
have Dan back. Tell him to
Close
come on the
personal
show.
friend of mine. I'll text him. Actually, Dan, if you're listening, hit me up, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely.
yeah. If
he
there's
he's the one
anyone
that's-
listening at the end of an hour and 40-minute show, it's somebody who talks on one of these
I was gonna
But
say
real
one of
for
the
a living.
longest episodes we've ever done, and then I remember I think we did 2 hours with Dan McDowell. So we'll have to get him on the podcast show that we do. Human Dads, the three of us together.
Our dad's on the show, and we do the podcast
There
today.
he goes. Look at him being an encouraging member, contributing even. Rylan, Jason, Brad, you know our names. Don't know why I have to repeat them for you. Like to advise everybody to go into their music listening app and search J Dilla Donuts and listen to that in its entirety. It is coming up on its 20th anniversary, and I can't explain to you how much I love that piece of musical genius. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful, wonderful
Wonderful.
project. Wonderful. For Brad, for Ryan, for Jason, Human Dads, 2 for
On the
Tell your mom
show,
to
we
bring the bread, mix in a
d-
tortilla, season your bacon,
Sunday.
climb your ladder, spread your neck, put a
Ticket.
bow on it, go to Arby's, let it run down your leg, keep it tight. Freeze your hot dog. Hell yeah, brother. I'm going to tell you 2 times. Freeze your hot dog.
You disgust me. I'm never sharing anything
Family,
with you
you're the
ever
one that
again.
you're the one that comes from frozen hot dog lineage. You're
I'm
the
never
one that
sharing
has-
anything with you again.
you got frozen hot dog in your blood. You deviant. Hey, how you doing, man?
Oh,
Good.
Did you get any ass?
this is for Molly.
Did you get any ass?
You had to get a piece of puss. You had to get a piece of puss. You had to get a piece of puss. You had to get a piece of puss.
From time to time, yeah.
I'm
Hell yeah.
I'm not answering that.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Puss. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Puss. Hell yeah. Puss.
We're gonna have to clear the decks and start over. You just
It's a valid question, and the world wants to know the answer. Why am I saying "oh yeah" with an English accent too? Weird.
Stay tuned for episode 258. Right.
Okay, end the show.